Girl was like, do you think Claire Holt is seeing these? I think we know from all just like we are chronically online, so are they. And if they're not online, you best believe their people are sending them. Poor Claire. I hope, Claire, girl, you're having a great weekend with your kids, minding your manners.
Kanye West just put Khloé Kardashian on blast. And it doesn't stop there. Kim Kardashian's own family is calling her out for being a straight-up hypocrite. Meanwhile, Glenn Powell's finally breaking his silence about all the talk surrounding him and Sydney Sweeney. And guess what? His mom didn't waste a second before jumping into the convo too. Lana Del Rey's also stepping into the spotlight to clear up some serious drama. And Hailey and Justin? Yeah, they're speaking out about some behind-the-scenes tension. We've got a mountain of drama to dig into today. Now, here's the wildest thing that's got people shook. There's a rumor flying around about Alex Cooper that's making jaws drop. Word is she might have allegedly forced one of her employees to change her name. Yeah, her actual name, because it matched the name of Alex's husband's ex-wife. What? That's what people are saying. And ever since the rumor hit the internet, everyone's been in total disbelief. It was all reported as alleged, of course. According to the Do You podcast, a woman named Claire, who works for Alex, was supposedly told to switch her name at work because Alex felt uncomfortable having someone named Claire on the team. Why? Because Claire Holt is Brie Matt's ex-wife.
Laurel was like, do you think Claire Holt is seeing these? I think we know from all just like we are chronically online, so are they. And if they're not online, you best believe their people are sending them. Poor Claire. I hope, Claire, girl, you're having a great weekend with your kids, minding your manners.
And now this poor employee reportedly had to start going by Charlie instead. People even found work emails where her name changed from Claire at Unwell to Charlie at Unwell. If that's true, that's wild! The internet couldn't stop buzzing about it, and one TikTok user even asked if Claire Holt had seen all this chatter. And guess what? She did. Claire actually jumped into the comments and said, "Thank you, love. I'm having a beautiful weekend with my kids in the sun." Talk about classy under pressure. So yeah, Claire's clearly not stressing about any of that workplace drama, and honestly, good for her. She's happily married, got 2 beautiful kids, and she's out here living her best life. She's not about to waste energy on what her ex-husband's new wife might be doing behind the scenes at her office. But still, if that name change thing really happened, that's seriously next-level bizarre. Now let's talk about this Hailey and Justin Bieber mess, because it's getting more confusing by the day, and fans are watching every little move. Over the weekend, Justin randomly went live on Instagram, and people were instantly like, "What is going on here?" The vibe was off. Big time. Justin looked super out of it, and the comment section was basically filled with, "Justin, are you okay?" Something just felt really weird. Then suddenly, boom, he starts spam posting on his Instagram like crazy. And right after that, he deactivated his whole account, just like that. No warning, no explanation. And when he finally reactivated it, eagle-eyed fans noticed something suspicious. Hailey wasn't following him anymore. Everyone freaked out, like, wait, did she really just unfollow him? It instantly sparked rumors that something major was going down. But here's the twist. This kind of thing has already happened before. Not too long ago, People thought Justin had unfollowed Hailey, and he ended up hopping on Instagram to say it wasn't even him. It was someone else messing with his account. So now, fans are stuck wondering, is this real? Or is someone just playing games again? So Justin tried to clear things up by posting that it wasn't him. He claimed, "Someone went on my account and unfollowed my wife. Ish is getting sus out here." But fans weren't buying it. It felt like he was just trying to cover up something shady. Like maybe they had a fight, and he unfollowed her out of anger, then tried to backpedal. People were like, "Come on, who's really hacking your account just to unfollow your wife? That doesn't even make sense." Now, fast forward to this most recent drama. This time, it looked like Hailey was the one who unfollowed Justin. And once again, the internet exploded with speculation. But Hailey didn't stay silent. She jumped into a TikTok comment and said, "It's a glitch. I didn't unfollow him. Hope this helps." But that just stirred the pot even more. Fans were like, "A glitch? Really?" Especially since Justin used a similar excuse before. He didn't say the word glitch, but the whole vibe felt the same. Like both of them keep claiming tech issues whenever something messy happens between them online. And people were starting to question why these mysterious glitches only seem to happen to the Biebers. Like, why is it always their Instagrams acting weird with the follow, unfollow drama? It's starting to look a little too convenient. That said, a bunch of fans did come to their defense and said they actually believed it could have been a real glitch. Apparently, when you search for Justin's profile from Hailey's account, it wasn't showing up at all, which does kind of back up her story. But still, something about it just feels off. But here's the thing. If you actually went to Justin's page and checked the list of people you follow who also follow him, Hailey's name was still there. So yeah, it really did look like a glitch this time. Still, not everyone wanted to hear that. Some folks were quick to say, "Hailey's just covering for herself." People love to stir the pot, but in this case, the receipts seem to back her up. It's honestly wild how Instagram only seems to glitch out when it comes to these two. Anyway, let's get into why Justin's name has been blowing up lately, beyond just the relationship drama. He's been all over Instagram lately, dropping photo after photo, and fans were hyped thinking, is this a music comeback? He's been in the studio, vibing, giving those deep focus looks in the booth. It really looked like he was cooking up a new album, or at least a single. But plot twist, it might not be music at all. Word on the street is, all this posting might actually be leading up to something totally different. A new clothing line. Yup! Justin's already had his Drew House line, but now it looks like he's switching gears and putting his energy into a brand called Skylark. We don't have an official launch date yet, but he's been tagging Skylark in tons of posts lately and dropping sneak peeks of these slick jackets that he's about to drop. Looks like Bieber might be moving from the mic to the runway. The whole vibe, the colors, the shoes, the shades, is giving major Yeezy energy. And not just the style either. The way Justin's been flooding his feed with random back-to-back posts lately? Yeah, it's got Kanye-style chaos written all over it. And listen, no hate, but people are starting to worry. Like, is Justin heading down a similar road? 'Cause this whole rollout is looking real familiar. He even dropped this mysterious teaser video that had fans doing double takes. It seems like his way of saying, look, Hailey and I are good, we're tight, we're done with all the childish drama. The whole video is this artsy animated thing, and in it, he's literally setting fire to all the old Drew House stuff, as if he's burning the past and stepping into a whole new chapter. Then we see him and Hailey walking together, all happy vibes. They're kissing, pushing a stroller, looking like a solid little family unit. The message feels pretty clear. Skylark is their fresh start. They're leaving the old behind and stepping into something brand new. But here's the thing. Even with this clean slate energy, not everyone's convinced. The way Justin's been acting online lately has fans seriously divided. Some are cheering him on, hoping this is a growth moment. But others are side-eyeing the whole situation, wondering if things are really as stable as he wants them to look. Everyone's out here hoping Justin's got a solid plan, but truth is, we're all just waiting to see what Skylark is really about once it officially drops. Is this gonna be a legit fashion moment or just another celeb cash grab? Time will tell. And honestly, how do y'all feel about another celeb dropping a streetwear line with the same old sweatpants and hoodie vibe? It's become the go-to move lately. If you're a celeb and not dropping a makeup line, then boom. It's a cozy wear brand. Hoodies, joggers, oversized everything. It's the formula now. Now, let's switch gears and get into this Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell situation because the internet had a field day with this one. So here's the deal. Sydney and Glenn were working together on the rom-com Anyone But You. And during the press run, fans started speculating that there might be something real going on between them. People were like, they've gotta be more than co-stars, right? The chemistry was too strong, on and off screen. Every red carpet, every interview, they looked like a real couple. And fans were convinced their real-life partners must have been struggling watching it all go down. But here's the truth. It was all just PR. Strategic, smart, attention-grabbing PR. Sydney herself admitted that it was a calculated move to stir up buzz around the movie. And it worked. This wasn't just a film for her. This was a big deal because it was one of the first projects from her own production company. She was proud of it, and she wanted people talking, and they definitely were. The movie blew up, the press tour had people glued to their screens, and Sydney knew exactly what she was doing. Now, despite all the gossip swirling around them, Glenn Powell actually had a partner during that press tour. But they're not together anymore. And Sydney? Yeah, she was in a serious relationship too. Her man at the time, Jonathan Davino, wasn't just her fiancé. He was also involved behind the scenes, helping her bring that movie to life. He was literally on set, watching her and Glenn get close for those scenes. Imagine that.
Sister, did that surprise you?
You know,
I bet your sister was like,
timing is everything in this world, isn't it?
Dude, I'm getting married. I'm the bride.
Yeah, no, I mean, she and Sid are obviously great friends, and it was a hell of a wedding. You know, the Powells know how to do it right, and so all the people that love her were there.
The wedding caused a little bit of a stir.
Sydney and Jonathan started dating back in 2018 and got engaged in 2022. But recently, it's official. They've called off the engagement. Word first started going around when reports came out that the wedding had been postponed. That's when fans started whispering that something might be off. Then, things really exploded when Sydney was spotted at Glenn Powell's sister's wedding in Dallas. Yup! DUIs caught it all and posted photos of Sydney looking very much present at the event. And the internet? Completely lost it. DUIs dropped an exclusive headline saying, Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney spotted together in Dallas. Dallas wedding sparks Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney friendship focus. And from there, the fan theories went wild. People were convinced this was the moment Sydney finally made her move, like she ended her engagement and wasted no time hitting up Glenn. Now everyone's saying it. We're about to get Anyone But You in real life. Fans are shipping them hard, and with those wedding pics making the rounds, it's looking a little less like PR and a whole lot more like something real might be brewing. If you've seen Anyone But You, then you already know why fans were freaking out over this wedding sighting. In the movie, Sydney's character shows up for her sister's wedding. And by the end, she's all booed up with Glenn Powell's character. So naturally, when real-life Sydney pulls up to Glenn's actual sister's wedding, people were like, wait, are we watching the movie play out in real life? The comparisons were instant. Some fans were all for it, others weren't feeling it, but either way, the internet had opinions. But not everyone was here for the love story theories, especially Glenn's mom. She didn't waste a second shutting those rumors down. The minute people started buzzing about a possible romance, she hit up Daily Mail and dropped a whole statement to stop the speculation cold. According to People magazine, Cindy Powell told Daily Mail on Tuesday, April 1st, they are definitely not together. She called the whole thing silly and straight up said there's nothing going on behind closed doors. One thing's for sure, Mama Powell was not about to let another rumor run wild about her son and Sydney. That statement came out fast. And conveniently, Glenn had a Today Show appearance this same week. He was there to promote his new condiment brand. Yes, Glenn Powell is now dropping hot honey ketchup and hot honey BBQ sauce. But even during that promo run, the topic of Sydney at the wedding came up. And Glenn? He kept it cool. He said something like, "We had a great time. The Powells know how to throw a wedding." Smooth, right? He totally dodged the romance talk, but you know that didn't stop people from reading between the lines. So yeah, that wedding definitely stirred things up a bit. Glenn said there's nothing going on, just some good friends having a great time, but with everything swirling online and even his mom stepping in, it was definitely more than just a casual night out in the public eye. Now, onto this next wild situation. Lana Del Rey found herself smack in the middle of some legal drama rumors, and she wasted no time shutting it all down. Here's what went down. The internet started buzzing with claims that Kim Kardashian was allegedly suing Lana for a whopping $1 million over her Skims Valentine's Day campaign. Sounds wild, right? But let's break it down. Lana had done a Valentine's Day shoot for Skims, and fans loved it. People were obsessed with how good she looked, the vibe, the whole aesthetic. But then rumors started flying that Lana had posted photos from the shoot on her Instagram without labeling them as a paid ad. No number ad, no paid partnership tag, nothing. And apparently, that caught the attention of the National Advertising Division. Some folks claimed that because Lana skipped the proper tags, Kim's team started facing heat for it. And the whispers were that Kim's camp allegedly wanted to take legal action to protect themselves from any backlash. The whole thing blew up online, with fans wondering if this meant drama between Kim and Lana. Were they beefing? Would this mess up their friendship or ruin any future collabs? It went from a cute campaign to full-on chaos real quick, but Lana wasn't about to let that slide without speaking up. Seeing a headline like Kim Kardashian sues Lana Del Rey? Yeah, that was bound to make waves. People couldn't wrap their heads around the idea that Kim would actually take legal action against Lana over something as small as an Instagram tag. It just didn't add up. But Lana wasn't here for the drama. She stepped in quick to clear the air and shut that whole rumor down. She left a comment on Instagram saying, No, this isn't happening. Not as far as either one of us know. I don't know where this started, but if it does for some reason have to happen because of guidelines, then we will handle it. But never an end to a friendship. So, yeah, Lana made it very clear. There's no beef between her and Kim. If anything official needs to happen behind the scenes for legal reasons, they'll handle it like adults. But the friendship? Still solid. No drama there? But while that fire got put out fast, we've got plenty of Kardashian drama elsewhere, especially between Khloé and Kanye, and even Kim and her sisters are caught up in it. So here's what went down. Khloé ended up in hot water this week after posting a photo of North West on Snapchat, captioned, "North looks so grown up." Now, the internet did not like that one bit. People started calling her out, and this isn't even the first time Khloé's been dragged for her Snapchat content. The crazy part? A lot of folks believe Khloé doesn't even run her own Snapchat account. Rumor is someone else is handling it for her, just constantly pushing out posts to bring in that Snapchat money. It's been said there's serious cash to be made on that platform if you spam content all day long. And Khloé's account definitely stays busy. You can seriously rack up big money on Snapchat, and Khloé seems to know it. That's why her account is packed with content, day in and day out. She's posting everything. Screenshots from her sister's Instagram stories, clips from their TikToks, anything Kardashian related gets scooped up and reposted with some reaction on her Snap. But let's be real, it doesn't even seem like Khloé is the one behind it. Most people believe she's got a team or a social media manager running the show, just flooding the feed with whatever scraps of content they can find to keep engagement up and cash rolling in. And that's where this latest drama started. When Khloé's Snapchat account posted that photo of North with the caption, "North looks so grown up," some fans felt like it crossed a line. It wasn't just a harmless post. People thought it came off a little weird, especially given how protective North's dad, Kanye, has been about her being online. And Kanye? Yeah, he really didn't like it. He's spoken before about not wanting his daughter all over social media. But here's where it gets messy. Because while he says that, he also recently dropped a track featuring North and Diddy, which Kim had publicly said she was not okay with. She didn't want North involved in the song, especially not with everything surrounding Diddy right now. But Kanye ignored that and put it out anyway. So now fans are calling it out. How can Kanye preach about keeping his daughter off social media while also putting her in a music video tied to controversy? It's messy, confusing, and totally contradictory. The whole situation's just got people scratching their heads. Like, seriously, why does Kanye keep doing this thing where he says one thing, but then does the complete opposite? He constantly talks about his values and wanting to protect his kids, but then turns around and makes moves that totally go against all of that. It's confusing, and people are starting to call it out hard. After that Snapchat post of North went up, Kanye was clearly upset. He's been vocal before about not wanting his children online, and this time, he went all in. He aired out his frustration by posting a tweet that had everyone's jaws on the floor. He said, "It's difficult when you know your children are being indoctrinated and used. People know why I went crazy. Now I'm in a place where I have to disassociate or go to jail." Then he added, "I bet not one Kamala-supporting pro-black celebrity say anything on me or my kids' behalf. If a group of prominent black stars stood up, I could save my kids from all this. Y'all watch these whites and white-passing women run, use, indoctrinate these black kids and tell me this is what I signed up for." That post caused major backlash. People were like, how can he say all this, paint himself as a victim, and then turn around and drop a track that features North and Diddy? Especially when Kim reportedly didn't want North involved in that song to begin with. It's the contradiction that's driving people crazy. He's demanding control and protection over his children, while still pushing them into the spotlight in controversial ways. The message just doesn't match the moves. Like, how can you go around saying you want to save your kids from the Kardashian lifestyle, but then you're the one putting them in music videos with Diddy? It just doesn't add up. Kanye's made it super clear that he doesn't want his kids being raised under the Kardashian spotlight, but then turns around and does stuff that throws them right back into it. The contradictions are wild. And right now, the internet is not backing him on this one. Most people are siding with Kim, especially after that Diddy track dropped. Everyone was like, why would you even let your daughter be associated with that? The backlash was strong. Diddy's name has been tied to some heavy controversy lately, and Kanye still defended him online. People were calling the whole situation disturbing, like truly horrible behavior. But Kim's not off the hook either. On the latest episode of The Kardashians, she's getting slammed for being a hypocrite when it comes to parenting. Fans are dragging her because of how she treated Khloé last season, and it's sparking a whole new round of backlash. Here's the setup. Last season, Kim, Khloé, Kendall, and Kris all went on a trip together. During one of their meals, Khloé was FaceTiming her daughter True, just casually chatting with her while they were sitting at the table. And the rest of them, especially Kim, they were visibly annoyed. Like, full eye-roll energy. You could just feel the judgment coming off them. Kim even made comments about it. But now, she's being called out hard because her own parenting choices are getting picked apart too. The internet doesn't forget, and people are saying, if you're gonna criticize your sister for being a present mom, maybe don't turn around and act like you're doing it perfectly either. Kim was really out here last season saying stuff like, why do you need to be on FaceTime all the time? Basically telling Khloé to put some distance between herself and her daughter. And the internet was like, really, Kim? Even Kris joined in, nudging Khloé to get off the phone. But people weren't having it. They were like, what's the problem with a mom who actually wants to talk to her kid? Khloe was just being a loving mom, not passing her kid off to a nanny, and yet she was getting side-eyed for it. Fast forward to the new season, and now Kim is catching heat for doing the exact same thing. During a recent RV trip with the family, what was Kim doing the whole time? FaceTiming North, non-stop. She was glued to her phone, chatting it up like it was no big deal. Now, here's the twist. North wasn't even chilling at home. She was all the way in China with Kanye for one of his performances. That was Kim's big reason for constantly being on the phone. She said she missed her daughter and wanted to check in. Totally fair. But the hypocrisy? It didn't go unnoticed. Right before Kim hangs up, she even tells North, "I'm gonna call you back." And that's when Khloe pounced. She straight up called Kim a hypocrite, and she didn't hold back. In her confessional, Khloe goes, "Seriously? Not even a year ago, you were mad at me for saying goodnight to my daughter. And now here you are, spending hours on the phone with yours while we're on vacation." The internet loved it. Finally, someone in the family called Kim out on camera, and fans are here for Khloe keeping it real. Khloe was basically like, if you're gonna do the same thing, why couldn't you just let me live back then? It made zero sense to her. And honestly, she had a point. Even Kris backed her up and didn't hold back. She straight up told Kim this was the exact thing she came at Khloe for not too long ago. Kris even reminded Kim that during that trip, Khloe only took, 3 minutes to say goodnight to True. That's it. Meanwhile, on this RV trip, they were spending half the time listening to Kim on FaceTime with her kids. The double standard was loud, and Kris wasn't about to ignore it. Of course, Kim tried to defend herself. She argued that her situation was different because her kids were in China, and anyone would be stressed if their children were across the globe. She even threw in a little jab, saying Khloe would never let her kids go out of the country without her anyway, which may be true, but it came off kind of petty. What does that even prove? But Khloe wasn't rattled by it. She made it very clear. She wasn't mad about Kim talking to North. She totally understood why Kim wanted to stay in touch with her daughter. The part that annoyed her was the hypocrisy. How Kim made her feel bad for doing the same exact thing not even a year ago. And in the end, Kim had no choice but to admit it. She actually owned up and said it. "Yeah, I was being a hypocrite." And just like that, we finally got a rare moment of accountability on the Kardashians. She finally admitted it. Kim was like, North just wants to talk to her mom right now. And she actually came clean about being a hypocrite. She owned up to the fact that she came down on Khloe way too hard for something she ended up doing herself. So, yeah, at least she got it in the end. But fans were still like, "Girl, you really gave your sister all that attitude just to turn around and do the exact same thing?" The whole situation was just messy, but honestly, that's the Kardashian brand at this point. Drama, contradictions, and a whole lot of finger-pointing. It never ends. So that's everything that went down in the Kardashian world this week. From Kim getting dragged on her own show, to Kanye posting wild rants again, to Khloe keeping it real on camera. Plus, all the heat surrounding Justin and Hailey, Sydney Sweeney possibly getting closer to Glenn Powell, and the chaos around Alex Cooper's name change drama. It's been a lot. Let me know what you think about everything. Do you believe the glitch excuses from Hailey and Justin? Do you think Glenn and Sydney are just friends? Or is something actually going on there? And how do you feel about that whole situation with Lana Del Rey and Kim? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want to keep up with all the wild celebrity drama. Love you guys so much, and I'll catch you in the next one.